Are we on? Okay. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. Welcome to Anxiety Support. And y'all, I'm coming to you completely exhausted. Like beyond. I am past my limit mentally, emotionally, and physically. So, this is what I'm teaching on tonight is honoring your limitations. Sometimes it's unavoidable. My exhaustion right now has everything to do with work and working too much and not having enough rest in between my work days. I have kind of an unusual schedule, I guess, or maybe not for some people. But so yeah, I've reached my limit, and I kind of reached it midday today. And I couldn't leave work as early as I wanted to, so yeah, so now I'm here. And I have a chronic illness that if I do not honor my limitations, I go into flares. And this is where I'm going, unfortunately. And I'm praying that I can get a good night of rest in spite of having to work an overnight and another long day tomorrow. But by the grace of God, there go I. And I'm trusting that He's going to give me good rest tonight in spite of my schedule. But this is what I want to talk about, honoring your limitations. This is very crucial and important because no one else is going to do it for you. And if you are on the empathic side, and dare I say the toxic empathic side, recovering toxic empath here, then you will struggle with learning how to say no to others when they need you. For others of you, you're on the other side, the other extreme, which is saying no to everybody else and yes to yourself all the time. So obviously, we want to get to this happy medium and harmony in the middle where we learn healthy boundaries. So whichever side you're on, it's important to know your limitations, to know how to set boundaries for yourself in a healthy way, and honor those things about yourself. Because when you don't, you will go into burnout, especially if you are the type that over gives, over works, over whatever. Then you will go into burnout. And burnout is a very dark place to be. I have actually been there too many times, unfortunately. But I'm also in a space where probably the last few years, a little bit longer than that actually, probably about 6 years, I've been learning about saying yes to self. Again, you have to know where you are. So for some of you, your recovery is to say less yes to self and more yes to others. And for others of us, we need to learn to say yes to self more. So yeah, this is important to know where you are. And where are you guys in this recovery process? Because it's all connected to your anxiety. So again, there are some situations, circumstances that are unavoidable. You can't always call into work because you don't feel like going or you don't feel well. So there has to be some kind of sacrifice. And yet at the same time, it's important to honor your limitations and find that balance. And certainly instill and establish ways to help you calm down, to help you relax, to help you recover, to help you rest. So this is a whole process for us. Hi, welcome. Good to see everybody. Let me see. You guys are in the chat, and I want to make sure I can read what you're saying and what you're sharing. Give me 1 second, actually. I need to do this there. That's better. My boss once told me to stop waiting for someone to tell me what to do. That was a helpful review. Interesting. Yeah, that's a good one. Um, yeah, that's interesting because, yeah, that's a good point to bring up because, yeah, when you're at work, you're kind of at the mercy of whatever your boss is needing from you. Um, and at the same time, it is good to establish those boundaries and limitations from the start. I'm actually kind of in a shift in my work for management, so it's very interesting right now. It's a lot of flux, it's a lot of unpredictability and craziness, and that for me is a big trigger. Like, I think instinctively I can't stand it. Like, I don't like flux. I don't like instability. I don't like inconsistency. It's just something that really agitates my anxiety. And that in turn pours into how I feel mentally, emotionally, and physically. So it's a domino effect. So again, it's important to know that about yourself and try your best to avoid those triggers as long as it depends on you. Some things we can't control, like work or people. So, but establishing those healthy boundaries for yourself and remedies to recover when you can't control what's coming at you from the outside. So, welcome everybody. My name is Ruby. This is my channel, and tonight we are doing a live support for anxiety. So don't mind my appearance, y'all. I'm just tired. This is how I am at this part of the day. Um, yeah, if you guys want to ask anything or share anything, I am here to listen. I'm here to support and help. And if you're interested in my one-to-one sessions, I'm still holding those at $25 till the end of December. So I welcome you guys to sign up with me and go on either the inner healing journey or the creative arts coaching. Hi, welcome Nobita. Welcome everybody that's coming into the chat and everyone that's watching, everyone that is watching on the replay. Lover of Truth, hello again. My Thanksgiving was good. I actually had to work on Thanksgiving, sort of. It was like an on-call shift. But it was mostly quiet and mostly nice. And then we had a quiet dinner afterward, and that was it. It was good. How about you guys? And are you guys already decorating for Christmas? I hope you are, because it's not Thanksgiving anymore, and this is the time for Christmas. I actually was at work today, and it was so quiet. I couldn't stand it. I was like, y'all, we have to put some music on. So I had Christmas jazz, because I really like instrumental jazz during the fall, which technically it's still fall. But so I had Christmas jazz music today, and it was nice. It kind of helped the day go by a little bit quicker because it was dragging so much for me today. I was like, y'all, I'm so tired. And I worked overnight last night, so I was just tired. And thank you for letting me just release my day and vent, because this is another thing that's important, is having a space for yourself to release the day. I always encourage journaling, which I personally have not done consistently, actually, in a while. There's a couple of things that I need to put back into my self-care. Partly, actually, I just got 2 new journal books. My daughter gave me one for my birthday, and then I got one for just myself. So I don't have an excuse anymore. But before that, I didn't have a journal for a while. So, but yeah, journaling is a good way to release the day. Or if you do it in the mornings before you start the day, it's a good way to kind of gauge your mental. Hold on. That's amore. Yeah, my husband's doing his Swag Bucks trivia. It's like music trivia, and It started at 7 and we started at 7, so I was like, sorry, love. So he just asked me a question. That's what it was. That's what was going on over there. So yeah, journaling is awesome. I actually teach a journaling class, y'all. So if you're interested, it's called Novelty Notes Journaling, and I do this on Mondays. And I only have that class at $5, or I should say, I have that class at only $5. So if you're interested, reach out to me, shesrestored@gmail.com, and I will set you up for my class. Hi from Indonesia. Nice to meet you. Thank you for subscribing. What is it? Bunker Wise. What woman would that be? What woman are you talking about? Have you seen me before? Let's see. So, journaling, great way to release your thoughts, especially so if you're doing this at the end of the day. The first layer of journaling is mental declutter, which is good because you're literally getting rid of the excess clutter in your mind from the day, and it will help you to relax before you go to bed. No, that's funny, and that's nice. Thank you for saying that. I did not win Miss America in 2025. Although I think my husband might think that I did. Another thing that's important, obviously, is to have a space for meditation. Whatever works for you. This is very important. Everybody meditates differently. Everybody has a different way that they spiritually connect to God, and finding what that is for you is vital, especially when you are having days like I had today where it's like, it's too much, I'm so exhausted, and I really can't stop and just forget everything and rest properly. So this is where you go to those sort of immediate refuges that help you come back to a homeostasis mentally, emotionally, and physically. So what is that for you guys? What does that look like for you to find my sanctuary in the midst of the chaos? This is so vital. And again, this is part of placing those limitations and boundaries for yourself so you don't get more and more in the trenches of crazy anxiety. Because believe it or not, it's very easy to get there, especially with the pace, the tempo, the everything of the world. If you're not in tune with self and with the spirit, it will throw you off. So, how's everyone doing? I'd like to hear from y'all tonight, actually. But this is what I had on my spirit as I came live, is like limitations. Limitations are so important. But how are y'all doing? Share a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what are some of the things that you do to keep yourself centered, or what are some of the areas that you're wrestling with and keeping yourself centered. I'd love to just hear from y'all and share more on that. By the way, if you're watching this on the replay, you are also invited to share, because people do come and read comments, and what you share is important, and it helps others, always helps others. What else, y'all? There's a space. I want to talk about this for a second. There is a space. My husband's a riot, y'all. He hates being on camera, so yeah, I think I'm gonna keep him on camera while I'm talking. There's a space that you must remember to, first of all, to find the space for yourself, because I must have, again, I must have my safe space from the chaos of the world. I don't know what that is for you, but it will look like and involve helping you feel safe. This is number one. Helping you feel safe. Reminding you of the truth about who you are. And affirming that where you are is where you're supposed to be. Okay, and this is all encompassing because I must be connected to spirit to have myself centered mentally and emotionally. I won't be centered mentally and emotionally if I don't have spiritual centeredness. Okay, and especially if you're somebody who struggles with physical manifestations of anxiety, then you definitely need to have that, because I cannot calm my physical body without having rest mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It can't happen. It's literally impossible. And even when I do, I still have to train myself and remind myself to go to that space that helps me calm down. Okay, and for everyone, this is why it's a little challenging to tell you just do this, this, and this, because it's not black and white. It's not black and white, it's not ABC. It's tailored to you because you have a specific story, you have specific roots of anxiety, you have your unique mother and father wound. There's so much to it. But when you come to that knowledge for yourself of what makes me feel safe, then you have a place of refuge to go to when I feel anxious, when I feel overwhelmed, when I feel like I need to get away. Okay, and again, just like I was saying today at work, I couldn't get away. I had to go to work. I had to stay at work. So even then, I had to remember this, even if I couldn't find it in that immediate moment. Because for me, honestly, I needed my bed to go to sleep, to take a nap, and I couldn't do that. So I had to just, in my environment, just sit and just do something, that allowed me to sit down, do work that allowed me to sit down and take a load off my feet. And so again, I must have that space where I can go to when I can't go to it. What does that look like for you? And of course, when you are able to go home and just really get away from it all, what is that for you? What is that space for you? It will involve, I will say this, because, and this is also important to remember too, because we're all different. So for some of us, it's sound. For others of us, it's physical touch. For others of us, it's visual. Okay? So what is that for you? What does that look like for you? What helps you relax? Is it watching movies or listening to music or doing something tactile? Whatever it is for you, that's your go-to to help you come back to that centeredness and remember to stay within your limitations and boundaries. Any questions before I wrap? I am wrapping early tonight because I want to take a little nap before I have to do an overnight. Oh, hey, I have this. Does it let me do it? What is that? Oh, Q&A. Let's see if it lets me do this. What is... One second, y'all. I'm typing in this chat box. What is your refuge from the storm? I should say the storms of daily life. While I'm thinking about this, okay, return. Done. Let's see if it lets me put it there. All right, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's definitely in my screen, in my view. What is your refuge from the storms of daily life? So another thing I was going to mention is, y'all, it just escaped me. I literally had that thought in my head. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm like past my, I should be sleeping right now. I forgot what I was going to say. But yes, share, please share, whoever's watching right now, or if you're watching this on the replay, what is your refuge? Where do you go when life gets too much? What do you do? Where do you go? What are some things that help you? Gosh, y'all, it was right there. As I was typing, it was right there. I had another thing I was going to share, another like encouragement that I was going to share. It'll come to me. I'll post it in the comments later when it comes back to me, because it will. Like probably tomorrow in the middle of the day when I'm at work, I'm like, that's what I wanted to tell them yesterday. That's how it goes. But keep this with you this week, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of the week. And I hope you are doing well. I hope that you get rest tonight, and that you are doing well. I pray that for all of you. I'll be back Friday with the last day's live stream, and yeah, if y'all need anything, let me know. shesrestart@gmail.com, or just hop in the comments and ask away. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.